This is the largest military base in the United States. And it's home to some of the most impressive helicopter hardware anywhere.
Right now, we're landed at Fort Hood in Texas with the 1st Air Cavalry Brigade, and we're going to find out what military helicopters are all about.
And this is one of the best, the Boeing AH-64D Apache Longbow.
Now that is a bad machine right there.
Built as a tank killer during the Cold War, the Apache detects the enemy, stalks them, and then unleashes its awesome firepower. The guys here believe they fly the finest helicopter in the Army.
You love it?
No other aircraft to fly, I tell you that.
Really?
This thing is the Ferrari of all helicopters.
It takes 12 weeks to learn to fly an Apache, one of the toughest flight programs around.
It's like a roller coaster, only you have the controls. Anything that a roller coaster can do, you can do in this thing.
And you guys get paid for this?
I don't know, having too much fun to count the money, sir.
The guys now need to prepare for a gunnery exercise, and this thing carries a deadly collection of weapons.
So we're going to actually put the live ammo on the Apaches.
Yep.
Can I help?
Oh, yeah, of course. You can do my job. Take over.
Perfect, I'm here for you. All right.
I'm carrying an Apache rocket. It's powerful enough to blow a hole in the ground the size of a swimming pool. Sergeant Eli is keeping a close eye on me. First, you take off the seal. It's important to keep hold of the end so the fins don't come out.
Got him?
Got it.
Grounding the rocket is essential. The static charge from my body could detonate it. These are not the only weapons on board. The M230 chain gun cannon takes 30mm rounds.
Whew, yeah. Those are some serious bullets. I mean, serious bullets.
Once they're on board, Sergeant Eli chambers the round into the gun itself.
Don't walk in front of the gun, it's loaded.
Because it takes 2 pilots to fly the Apache, there's no room for passengers. So I'm hitching a ride in the workhorse of the U.S. Army, the UH-60 Blackhawk. We're heading for a massive firing range where the guys plan to show me what these Apaches can do.
We're going to give you command in 15 seconds.
First up, the 30mm cannon. There are 1,200 rounds on board. A burst of just 10 rounds is enough to take out a target more than 2 miles away.
You would hate to be on the receiving end of that.
And if the chain gun isn't enough, the Apache uses its rockets.
We are ready for rocket engagement. Okay.
Two pods, each carrying 19 rounds. Range, up to 3 miles.
You can tell how amazing the helicopter is that Apache can sit there hovering above air, fire those rockets, and not even move. Hit the target, and there you go, it doesn't affect him at all.
The keys to this stability are the rotor systems and the skill of the pilot at the controls. When man and machine come together, they make a formidable weapons platform. But the Apache's power isn't just used for a static hover. With twin turboshaft engines generating 7,000 horsepower, it can reach up to 200 miles per hour.
See, now the beauty of the Apache is that when soldiers are in trouble on the ground, the Apache can come in fast and efficient, take care of business, protect the soldiers on the ground, and get out of harm's way. That is an amazing machine.
This beast commands the air with deadly accuracy. But other helicopters are vital for the military, and the Blackhawks are joining in on today's exercise. As troop transporters, they moved more than 1 million men during the Gulf War. But often operating deep in enemy territory, the Blackhawk has to defend itself. It has 2 7.62mm door guns, and I'm getting the chance to fire one.
Target step 3. Well, what's the target?
That's your target.
Are we clear to fire?
Alright, you clear to fire.
This pilot sits the Black Hawk in a rock-solid hover, making things easy for me. If only I was a better shot.
Now, come on.
Come down just a little bit. You were too high.
I was just trying to scare him that time.
These guys are called the werewolves, but they don't need a full moon to howl.
And the target is knocked down.
Apaches and Blackhawks may be great machines, but even these helicopters can't go faster than 200 miles per hour. Back on the production line, they're building a speed buster.
This is the V-22 Osprey tilt rotor. It's an impressive machine that stretches innovation to new limits.
The Osprey is more than a helicopter. It's a new type of aircraft. Like a conventional helicopter, it doesn't need an airport to take off and land. But once it's airborne, the Osprey switches from helicopter mode to airplane mode. Its enormous rotors are tilted to face forward, and that takes just 12 seconds. Like this, the pilots can reach 350 miles per hour, more than twice the speed of most helicopters. And once it's ready to land, the rotors revert back to the vertical. This is the future of helicopter technology, and it's ingenious. The idea is so exciting, the military are not the only ones planning to use it. It's also being developed as a passenger aircraft. Don Barber from Bell Augusta Aerospace is in charge of getting the BA-609 tilt rotor out into the civilian market.
Really a totally different design than the Osprey.
It's made for the commercial market. It's made for civilians to come and get close to it and be easy to operate with it. It's made to take their luggage. It's made for going places that they can't get any other way. The advantage is it's the comfort and speed and range of an airplane, but the takeoff and landing flexibility of a helicopter. We don't need a runway. The only reason people go to the airport is because that's where the airplane needs to be.
Right.
You really don't necessarily want to go to the airport.
We hate going to the airport.
Well, now we can bring you a little closer from where you are to where you really want to be. Connecting city centers or business parks or casinos or islands.
I'm beginning to see what sort of passengers Don is aiming at here. There's a lot to get right before this aircraft hits the market. And this first model is fitted with a mass amount of test equipment.
This is aircraft number 1. It's experimental, and we have lots of orange boxes and lots of orange wires to record everything about the flights that we need to.
So there's more stuff in here than would be on a typical one that you would send out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, what you would see in a typical one would be 6 leather seats or 9 or 11 seats.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like
So
a private jet?
it would really, it's very much like a private jet.
Maybe this really could fill a gap in the top-end market. But it won't take you as far as the traditional executive jet.
So you can't take it from New York to London.
Right.
But you can take it from New York to Washington or New York to Indianapolis, from Dallas to Houston, from Phoenix to LA, from LA to San Francisco to Portland.
I should get one,
You
Don.
should get one,
How
I
much?
agree.
How much do these things retail for?
I'm telling you, we haven't announced the prices. You have to wait until 25 months before your delivery to get your price.
But it's safe to say that I cannot afford it.
Helicopter technology has come a long way in 100 years, and there's a lot to be excited about. But what about the present capability of these machines? We're going to find out by putting one to the ultimate test.
I've seen what helicopters can do. I've even had a chance to fly one. But what happens when you push one of these machines beyond the limits?
In the hills north of Los Angeles lies a valley with a secret. Chuck Aaron is a man with a mission. For 3 years, he's been traveling the length and breadth of the United States to prove one thing, that helicopters can do the impossible.
What I know about helicopters is they don't go fast and they don't go upside down. Or at least they're not designed to.
That's right.
Explain to me exactly what you do with a helicopter.
We go upside down.
There you go.
We do what you're not supposed to do with them. We've modified this helicopter so that it will go upside down, and we can do loops and rolls and all kinds of things. It's dangerous. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's dangerous. Any other helicopter, if you do what I'm doing, you're gonna, when you get it upside down, you will cut the tail off in flight.
Really?
Yes.
That's probably not a good thing.
Nah, it would ruin your whole day.
I can imagine.
It took Chuck a year and a half to modify his helicopter for this extreme routine. So he keeps details of the changes a secret. Before he takes to the skies, there are essential checks to be done. Anything loose could clip a rotor and spell disaster.
All right,
Right,
Chuck,
bro.
I gotta tell you, I'm ready to see you do your thing. Hey, are we gonna see a good show today?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
Let's have some fun.
Good luck.
Thank you, man.
I'll be in another chopper.
Chuck flies a German Eurocopter MBB 105. To watch his routine, I've got the best seat in the house.
I've seen what helicopters can do, but what happens when you push one of these machines beyond the limit? Wow! You've got to be kidding me. No way. No way. Unbelievable! That is awesome! Just when you thought a helicopter could do everything, you realize it can do everything.
Chuck's helicopter has twin turbine engines, so there's a backup if one fails. And the oil and fuel systems are pressurized, so when he's upside down, he doesn't run out of gas. When Chuck was training, he tried to do the loop 50 times, but chickened out. One day, it felt good, and he went all the way. That takes piloting skills and a lot of guts. Chuck looks like he's pushing it real hard, but even though he's pulling up to 4 Gs, he's totally in control. This pilot truly is the master of his machine.
That was awesome. Wow. Seeing you do what you do, man, that is unbelievable. How does that feel going through all that?
It's total adrenaline rush.
Do you get dizzy at all? I mean, do you kind of get a little head like, ooh?
No, I never get dizzy, and I don't know why, but I don't get dizzy. I just keep myself oriented to the ground. I keep looking at the ground.
I gotta ask, which came first? Crazy aerobatics in the helicopter or the crazy mustache?
The crazy mustache.
I'll remember Chuck for some time. He put that helicopter to the ultimate test and came out smiling.
Well, I think we've seen it all. We've seen the unbelievable capabilities of a helicopter and how diverse they can be. I mean, we've seen a guy do death-defying stunts. We've seen the awesome firepower of the military. And we've even seen how a helicopter can be utilized to fight fires.
I've been blown away by the technological marvel that is the helicopter.